Welcome to Cupcakes Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 4:16 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum can trade $3,273, down about close to 3% so far. As you can see clearly, with respect to the overall market, including the stocks today, we are bright red all over again. Seems like we're normalizing from the 3 consecutive buying days that we've been sustaining so far. And the main catalyst on driving this sell-off today is not really due to a specific, one affectation. Is because the market has been looking for a reason to take profits. And when we saw the historical breaking, which seems like every single report's coming out is historical breaking, the PPI report seemed to miss, quite a significant amount in comparisons to Wall Street expectation. But this is something that we have been expecting. So in terms of the media affectation, despite how much they spin, investors are taking that with a more of a scar tissues type of mindset. That we're tougher and we are more sophisticated and refined. Despite the world out there is definitely wild wild west, if you may, right? In addition to that, we also hear some other news on a macro perspective. Seems like there was like some sort of a debate going on between the Supreme Court versus obviously President Biden on the COVID vaccine mandates for businesses. And it seems like the rulings from the Supreme Court blocks Biden's administration from enforcing a sweeping vaccine or test requirement for large private companies. And in addition to that, just a little bit more specific key points. The conservative majority courts allow similar requirements to stand for medical facilities that take Medicare or Medicaid payments as well. So with respect to the OSHA mandates, it requires that workers at businesses with 100 or more employees must get vaccinated or submit a negative COVID test on a weekly basis to enter the workplace. But it seems like the Supreme Court has blocked this specific mandate. So I guess it's more stir into the market. It seems like we're not really progressing on this front. Ultimately, Joe Biden, he's just one person on the legislative front. You still have to go through the Supreme Court to get majority rules. So seems like he's trying his best, but people are not listening, and I believe his plan might have some loopholes or some lack thereof. Obviously, on the technical front, it's obvious, right? Because you have to tactically enforce this mandates for businesses. It can be quite bothersome, right? In addition to that, there seems to be some sort of a probe onto tech companies. There's a subpoenas going on among tech companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit, which subsequently drives some sell-off across the tech sector today. In addition to that, obviously from the Omicron affectation, seems like some respective states, despite Joe Biden working his best on the vaccine mandate, which is obviously something that they're still working through, cases are still spiking domestically, but also, in certain regions in the globe as well. So a lot of macro news today was definitely a stir of a storm into the market. In addition to that, on the Ethereum specific news and just crypto specifically, collectively there's a lot of news today that's been popping up. So the first one on the decrypt about 1 hour ago talk about Bitcoin Ethereum future ETFs is coming to India. So it seems like this is something that they're still working on. It's still pending approval. And with this approval, which the timing doesn't really specify yet, it's going to be the first crypto ETF in India. So quite interesting. I mean, India is one of the fastest growing economy. There's a lot of untapped space in this country. So definitely interesting to see this initialization that they're cultivating in front of us. And then the next one that I'm seeing is on Decrypt again. Seems like Decrypt's very, very active today. 2 hours ago, about North Korean hackers stole nearly $400 million in both Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021, according to a report. Seems like there are a lot of cyber criminal that's coming out of North Korea. It's something that, with respect to this cyber security concern, is something that we definitely need to counter against, right? And based on the research and the report that I'm reading in front of me, it seems like there has been at least 7 attacks in basically last year. So collectively, accumulate to about $400 million US dollars. The next one is on Market Watch about 4 hours ago. Talk about we absolutely believe Ether quotation surpassing Bitcoin's total market value can happen this year. So this is something that we're seeing, for quite some time now, right? With respect to Ethereum, the growth rates is definitely, surpassing. Obviously, on a market cap perspective, it's not near Bitcoin yet, but in terms of the growth trajectory, we definitely have seen, more of a leg up, right, in terms of the acceleration on the surge so far. So, I mean, this is, again, more of a speculation. It's not something that is, true at the moment, but good to know based on the speculation. And this is coming from Invesco, which is an investment firm. I guess they are reputable. So, obviously, read this with a grain of salt. And then that's pretty much it on the news front. So let's just dive straight into the technicals. Obviously, today has been a relatively volatile market. So with respect to recording time of 4:23 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $3,270. That's about 3.08%. So right now we have obviously got below 3,320, which is again not a real level, but more just a non-consolidated level. So it's either we go down to the 3,150 or reverse back up. So right now with the 38 out of 70, so in a logical perspective, in terms of risk mitigation perspective, we're still relatively, on the upper echelon of oversold. So we're still oversold, So to each his own, depending on your risk tolerance. Obviously, we got to a much more optimal level days before, right? But right now, it's still an okay level, tolerable level for us to incur the logical risk. Bitcoin is down because of the whole market is down, and it's basically trading comparable momentum to Ethereum. And right now it's basically in levitation mode all over again with a 37 out of 70. So similar fashion, and we're also forming a golden cross as well. So it's either we go down back to, I don't really foresee 40,000 to be honest, but I do possibly see 42. And we're basically $700 away from it, so it's possible. And tomorrow is Friday, remember, right? So people might be looking for a reason to take some profit and just like go off to vacation or like holidays, if you may. So we'll see. But right now, the next level that we get to is basically above 44, and then subsequently to 48 from here. We gotta hover a little bit at the 46 or the 45,500, which is more of a comfortable level, right? Because this is a relatively large digit in 5 digits, right? Respect to Dogecoin is coming up about 2%. It's still surging with the 50 out of 70. We form a golden cross. That's why we keep surging. That's just technical speaking the truth. At the moment right now, I would not really touch it because this seems like relatively short-lived. So again, anywhere from 1425 below will still be a better level for us. Cardano is at the 125 at the moment. We're basically above the 119. So it's either we go up to 134 or go 119, right? With the 46 out of 70, we're about to go back down all over again. So I would say wait until 119 and then subsequently at 115 would be better level for us. Solana could not get to the 155. You could see that clearly. We got just almost there. We got above 155 earlier today, but immediately people sold because that's a resistance level. That's the reason why we sold back down, right? So next level we go down to will be again 133, 113 from here. Right now the 41, so it's tolerable, but not the best. Ideally, just like go back to 133. Respect to XRP's 77 cents at the moment. Right now it's either we go back to 69 or go up to back to 76. We broke 76. So right now the 41 off 70. So ideally just I would stay again, right, at the 70 or 69 from here. Polkadot is now about close to 5% at the moment. Right now 26 and with a 46 out of 70. So ideally again, right, with respect to below 23.75 all the way to the bottom 22 will still be a better level for us. Algorand is about 8%. Again, whatever goes up really, really fast comes down just as fast. You can see clearly how much we have sold off. We basically gave up everything that we have gained the last 2 days with the 42 out of 70. So ideally, again, right, 136, which is the current level, to 125 from here. And with respect to Shiba Inu, it seems like Shiba Inu is trying to tell me something. So let's ignore that. News is whatever. So with respect to Shiba Inu right now, basically giving up half of what we have gained in the previous days, right? And this is just a good sign of investors that are in the pool on populations that most of them are short-term investors rather than long-term holders. So again, right, anywhere from the low 2000s to 1400 to 900 from here would still be a better level for us to dollar cost average. MagTag is selling down right now. Try to give up basically what we've gained in the previous days. We are still at the 50 out of 70, so ideally 175 to 143 is still a better level for us. In respect to AVAX, down about 5%, 80 to 60 is still a better level for us. Luna 79, again, I would not touch this right now with the 52 out of 70, 62, 52 to 45 from here. And with respect to our demo on the Patreon, again, I've added the dollar cost average scale for you so you can, strategically refer this as like more of a legend, right? To see if this is an ideal level for you to dollar cost average your cash reserve. Again, right, if you're more risk averse like myself, 5% to 10% for fair, 10 to 15% for attractive. Steal would be 15 to to 25%, right? So I'm more on the 5 to 10 to 15%, and that totals to be about 30% of cash allocations, for the respective dollar cost average scale. And I've updated today all the 45 crypto, and obviously with respect to the stocks, I've also updated a new one. I've added a couple of new ones as well. I also bought 750 shares of Virgin Galactic, which you see in my Patreon. So let me know if you have any specific questions on why I did what I did. And obviously I update this twice a day. So let me know if you have any questions or any additions or subtractions as well. And with respect to price target, these are levels that I ideally want a dollar cost average at. Basically regurgitating what we have just talked about in the technical analysis. So definitely a volatile day, but a logical one. So it's not a surprise, right? This is something that people are just looking for a reason to take some profit, especially with this 3 consecutive surge days so far, right? So hopefully this is helpful. Really appreciate you, and let me know how it goes. Take care.